Today, the cover song series, we are discussing, talking about Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers' classic "You Got Lucky," covered by Amanda Shires and Blackberry Smoke, here at Mixtapes and Mistakes. I got to doing this video a little bit. Originally, I was going to revisit my 50 State series because I had all the Georgia videos done. I was like, hey, let's do the Georgia videos. Let's do that deal. And I noticed that I had in my list of Georgia videos, which are songs either about Georgia or by Georgia artists, I had Blackberry Smoke covering Tom Petty's version of Tom Petty's "You Got Lucky." And I was like, ooh, let's do that video because I want to try something different, which is what we're doing now. I want to talk about, it's the cover song series, so we know we've already done the whole thing of the rubrics, this, that, and the other. What I find interesting about Tom Petty and Heartbreakers as a band, when you start talking about the legend Thomas Earl Petty, who was born on October 20th, 1950, died October 2nd, 2017. He was the leader and frontman of Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, his original band Mudcrutch, which he formed in high school, and a member of the Traveling Wilburys, and he was a successful recording artist in a solo capacity. Tom Petty first kind of got interested in rock and roll when he met Elvis Presley at the age of 10 in the summer of 1961. His uncle was working on the Elvis Presley film Follow That Dream over in Ocala, and so he went to watch the thing, instantly became a Presley fan. He ended up trading his Whammo slingshot collection for all his friends' Elvis 45. When he was asked later about the meeting, he said that Elvis glowed. Notably, Don Felder, who goes on to become a member of the Eagles, also Gainesville native, wrote in his autobiography that he was Tom Petty's first guitar teacher. Even though Petty talks about how as I always talked about in interviews, that Don Felder taught him how to play piano. This song is on Long After Dark. It's the fifth studio record by this band on Backstreet Records. It's notable for the fact that Howie Epstein is the first appearance of Howie Epstein on this record. And from that point on, Howie becomes like the man. He becomes like the part of their sound, part of what makes them work. The solo is actually important, and actually one of the things I want to highlight in this conversation. So what happens is this idea is actually kind of based on The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Mike Campbell talks about in an interview he did in 2003 with Songfacts, where he talks about he talks about how the song came together. He said, quote, "You Got Lucky was written to a drum loop. I made a drum loop in my studio, put the music together. We went to the studio and actually recreated another drum loop. The drummer would actually go out and play. Then we cut the tape and then taped the loop together. And we ran that loop over some mic stands and through the tape heads, and then printed that for 3 or 4 minutes, then recorded the song over that drum loop. The guitar solo, which you just heard, was Tom's idea. He suggested we do an Ennio Morricone guitar sound, that kind of vibrato Strat kind of solo, sort of a surf guitar with a tremolo arm, like a Clint Eastwood movie, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, that kind of thing. It was Tom's idea to put that approach on there. That solo kind of becomes the iconic part of the song. It's one of the things that holds the song together. It's one of those things that that everyone remembers. The song it's a posture song. It's like, yeah, girl, yeah, you got lucky when I found you, and it's macho-ish. It's a thing. The message of the song, though, that is the takeaway, is the chorus of the song. But remember, good love is hard to find. It's hard out there. People have talked about, and there's a whole other video on my other channel about actually this subject, about going out and trying to meet people in 2024 after the COVID debacle and everything being shut down, and the places you used to go, like bars and bookstores, and there used to be places people would congregate, you could meet people. That doesn't really exist anymore. And then people are all on their phones. That's a whole subject on the other channel. Go check that video out after I do the video. But that solo kind of ties the song together. And what's so interesting about that solo is that when it's redone and when it's recontextualized by Blackberry Smoke, the whole thing changes. Blackberry Smoke is a band formed in 2000 out of Atlanta, Georgia. They're on their 9th record. They're a band that I've followed off and on throughout the years, because they're a southern rock and roll band. They do some country rock. They toured with Led Zeppelin. Not Led Zeppelin. Everybody wishes they could tour with Led Zeppelin. But they toured with ZZ Top and Guns N' Roses and the Zac Brown Band. I want to think that they've opened for Jason Isbell, but I might be wrong. But they have this cool sound that I've always liked. In some ways, they kind of remind me of the Black Crowes, because the Black Crowes do a similar thing with that country rock sound. They're a little more twangy. When they covered this song, they do the thing you're supposed to do with cover songs, which is the thing that one of the reasons why, like talking about in the last video, the reason I'm drawn to cover songs is when they're done well, a band will take what they do, what makes them tick, and they will add their thing to it. Blackberry Smoke's thing in this cover with Amanda Shires is just like in the solo we just listened to. They take her fiddle, violin playing, and they make it the central theme of the song. You better watch what you say, while doing an indelible vocal. Watch what you do to me. Don't get carried away. Girl, if you can do better than me. They also kind of slow that song down a little bit, which I wasn't really expecting the first time I heard this. One of the reasons that they toured with Eric Church, they toured with Leonard Skinner. Their current record that they have out now is kind of a bittersweet record. Their drummer Britt Turner died March 3rd, 2024 at 57. And he had been diagnosed with glioblastoma in 2022. And they just actually played a show in his memory yesterday at Chastain Park. and I think a bunch of people. It's not that a bunch of people attended that. I'm trying to look up real quick who also played at that show. The Harmony. So they showcase Amanda. Yeah, Be Right Here is their new record. Just got released in February. And much like the solo from earlier, much like Mike Campbell's solo, they do kind of this good, the bad, and the ugly thing about it. And it's this really soulful, almost tribute to the original in a lot of ways. I'm trying to hold out for this part here near the end. We'll come back to it in a second. Who played the Chastain Park show? Winchester 49. I think opened for them at that show that they just talked about. Today, they're actually playing the historic Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary in Petros, Tennessee. But the thing that's always drawn me back to this cover of this song, there are many different covers of this song, is this part right here. Watching the video, watch them follow each other. And then her come back to the melody. She's guesting on this song, but she really makes this song. She absolutely makes that song. And the interesting thing about it to me is there have been some really good fiddle players around, not just rock music, but country music, and they don't get enough credit. I'm really hoping that Blackberry Smoke kind of soldiers on, they're able to do their thing. Amanda Shires actually has her own band separate from her ex-husband, Jason Isbell. And if I can find a cover that they do or a song that I can contextualize, I might actually link a song of her bands in the description box of this video. But that's it. That's the You Got Lucky retrospective. Hopefully, this experiment with the sound turns out well. If you like this this version of how we do it, like, share, and subscribe. Let me know if this works. The idea was to, there are other people who do like a start and stop video thing where they have the video playing, they start and stop it. My idea was to kind of fade in and out the music in the background and talk over it a little bit while you're still able to hear it. And like I say, I'm hoping it worked. If it didn't work, we'll try something else. We get better quick, we'll do like an on-screen video thing. Either way, it's a mistake. It's a mistake. So that's here. That's what we did Saturday afternoon, August 24th, 2024. Please like, share, subscribe, and we'll do more cover songs, and we'll actually it will probably be the middle of next week. We'll put out the video series, the 50 State Georgia playlist that actually inspired me to do this video. So thanks for watching. We'll see you on the flip side.